Does it annoy you too when your new car stalls at traffic lights? Are you frustrated by the car beeping when you exceed the speed limit? If so, we have a new device that solves all these problems. Responding to your expectations, our valued customers, and the issues found in new cars, particularly vehicles manufactured from July 2024 onward, the EU has imposed in order to address these concerns that each of these cars must be equipped with RSA and TSR systems, as well as a start-stop system. This is mandatory in every new car, and these systems are implemented with varying degrees of quality, mostly poorly, and they cause a lot of problems. Beeping, shutting off the engine at traffic lights. Thus, the ZENBOX PRO device was created. It definitively disables these functions. Of course, safety features remain intact. It only disables the annoying sound alerts. So let's go through one by one, which systems it disables and how exactly it does that, and Radosław will tell you more about it.
With this device, we disable the start-stop system, which shuts off the engine at traffic lights. When the car comes to a stop, the system, as eco-friendly, turns off the engine so that the eco car uses less fuel. Exactly. So I drove a car that would already shut off the engine while decelerating before coming to a complete stop. So this is kind of a death sentence for our engines. Also, we have the engine shutting off after a short drive or a longer one, like on the highway. We pull into a gas station, into a parking lot, and the engine shuts off on us. And then what? All the components that should still be warming up or gradually shutting down are just turned off. So we have a solution for that. The device can disable the start-stop system and set it the way we want.
So it remembers the last known setting, meaning if we turn off the start-stop system once, it just stays off permanently. Unless we want it to come back to life, then it comes back to life. And I'll just add to what Radek said, that indeed in practically every new car we have a turbocharger. Because that's how things are now with all the environmental topics, and the turbo spins at thousands RPM and then gets shut off before an intersection. It's extremely harmful to these engines, so seriously think about whether it's really worth using a start-stop system that's poorly implemented. If the car has a mild hybrid system, then the starting is very smooth, but if it has a traditional starter, it puts a lot of strain on everything. The battery, all the car's components, the dual mass flywheel, and most importantly, the turbo and everything around it. So this is a matter of the start-stop system. I think we've covered this topic thoroughly, so we can definitively move on. Currently, we have around 400 cars on the list. This list is constantly changing and continuously being updated. It can be found on our website. You can check which cars are supported and which are not. And now, let's move on to an even more irritating system, namely RSA and TSR.
TSR and RSA, two names often used interchangeably: traffic sign recognition and road sign assist, also known as systems that allow the car in order to read road signs. Exactly. There's a camera just in the car behind the windshield. The car simply reads the sign and displays the sign it has recognized. And now if we exceed the speed limit, then the system reacts. Either the sign just flashes, or it flashes and also beeps.
Or a graphic indicator, and also a graphic with sound.
If that beeping turns on, it gets quite annoying, especially when driving in the city. There are signs all the time, constant speed limit changes, and then you also have additional things like, let's say, roadworks. And there are certainly a lot of signs and a lot of signals as well.
Yes, we showed exactly how it works in this Lexus. I think the implementation of the whole RSA and TSR system here is done very poorly. As Radosław already mentioned, these names are used interchangeably by different brands, but they refer to the same thing: sign recognition, mainly speed signs. In this car, we have both visual and audio alerts. In this case, the car has a head-up display, meaning it shows all these notifications directly on the windshield. And we managed to capture that as well, so we'll show you how it works from the factory and how we can completely get rid of it in a simple way. By installing the ZENBOX PRO device, we eliminate both systems. As you can see for yourselves, with this simple device, you can solve a lot of problems created by the European Union and regulations that aren't necessarily meant to help, but rather interfere with the everyday use of a car, like the constant beeping. The car beeps even with minimal speeding, which isn't always accurate because the detected sign doesn't necessarily match the one actually on the road, something we've seen many times in this car. ZENBOX PRO will be sold on our website. There, you can check its availability in terms of compatibility with your car, as well as the price. We will be selling this device in two versions, with installation and without. So if you want to and have the skills, you can, and above all, the capability to connect it yourself, you'll receive a dedicated wiring harness for your car. But if not, and you prefer to trust us, we have a reliable network of installers. In every major city, we can install it for you at a fixed, predetermined price. The price will also be listed on our website. So here we definitely guarantee professional installation, just like with the CANlock service, which we can also provide for you. You can find all of this, as I mentioned, on our website. So thank you and talk to you soon. If you have any questions, feel free to write in the comments. I'll be happy to answer.